in my eyes, in this post, in the skies there's no one knows. Every time I'm working on mixing music, I always try to bring as close as possible the whole experience to what used to be mixing on a desk. So let's begin from there. Over here we got the channels on which I recorded my different vocal takes, and I have already installed or inserted on every single one of them a channel strip from SSL. In this case we're rocking the SSL 4KE, which is very good sounding. And you can already see that the trim and the fader on every single one of them is all the way down. Why is that? It's because we're going to be working with the gain stage. So here we go. The way I like to use it is by using the SL360 software, which is basically speaking controlling every single instance of the SL channel strips, but now in a different layer. So let's begin from there. First, I'm gonna make sure that we got a section on which I got my singing happening, probably the loudest part, which of course is gonna be probably the final chorus. So yeah, let's get there. We're gonna be looping back and forth in this section, okay? So here we go.
Cold sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black cold sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black cold sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come to wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come to wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole.
Good. It's starting to sound in order. The whole point of this process is first to make sure that we got a properly balanced output when it comes to the music, and or if I put it in better terms, we have a properly balanced mix between the sound of the vocals, the volume of the vocals, and the music. At this stage, I think I got most of the track in order, but we got this section, the Black Hole Suns section, that I didn't address because my cycle didn't have that part of the track involved as part of the mix. So let's see. I'm gonna mix those guys in. Here we go.
Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come?
Okay, we got it. From here, what's going to be the next step? I'm going to begin by taking a look at the sound of my main vocals. In this case, is Vox, is the channel, is this channel, and let's see how it sounds like. I'm going to solo it, so let's see.
Won't you come? Won't you come?
Okay, one more thing. The reason why I did first my gain stage using the SSL channel strips, it's because the recreation of the channel strip itself has plenty of colorful and actually beautiful sounding harmonic distortion that is produced by the channel strip itself. Even the fader is replicated, so I like to first approach to the mix by pushing it in, getting a properly balanced mix out of the SSL channel strip, and then go back into Logic or wherever DAW I'm using, and then use the faders on Logic to control the actual final output of my track. I'm talking about applying automation and stuff like that. Okay, so first, right now the vocals sounds like this.
Won't you come?
Nice and all, but nothing fun. So let's begin by applying a little bit of the harmonic distortion. This particular channel strip has access to a drive circuit, and as you can see, I'm already bringing it in, but I first need to turn it on. So I'm gonna turn it on. There it is. It's now active, and I will be applying this guy through the use of the UF fade here, because that way I can actually apply it to every single one of them at the same time. Very, very cool. If I wanted to apply it just to one of the channels, I can do it here by going into my different my menu here, and then looking for pre, turning it on, and then mic. Okay, it's basically the same. So here we go. I'm gonna first add some of this pre distortion, and pay attention to how the sound starts to change.
Won't you come? Won't you come?
Pretty nice, right? It's starting to add a little bit of character. Now, let's see how it fares with the rest of the vocals engaged.
Won't you come? That goes on, that goes on. Won't you come? That goes on, that goes on. Won't you come? That goes.
I'm gonna play a little bit less on this vocal, and this is gonna be even easier for you to see. I'm gonna be applying less of that harmonic distortion to the sound of the double vocal, because if we put too much on it, since it's already blended with the main vocal, we can have a little bit of extra, too much of the hairiness, right? But here in the Black Hole Sun and even the shouts, I'm gonna be a little bit more generous with it.
Won't you come? That goes on, that goes on.
Excellent, right? It's starting to sound quite close to the record. Now let's see on the let's take a look at the shouts, because that's also gonna be very, very. It has to be very crunching. I'm gonna just select this region, so that way we don't have to be messing around. And let's see, shout, and I'm gonna be applying the. Here it is. So let's rock.
That goes son, won't you come? That goes son, won't you come? That goes son.
Kinda similar already. Let's see how it fares within the mix.
Down my fear till the all just disappear. That cold sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. That cold sun, won't you come? Won't you come?
Okay, it's already getting the job done. Now, let's take a look at the sound of the vocals. The main vocals feels a little bit too low ending, so I'm gonna be applying a low cut on my channel strip. Here we go. Pay attention to how much I start to open up the sound of vocal just by applying the filter.
Like the sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Like the sun, won't you come? Won't you come?
Okay, it's starting to sound better. For this application, I think I'm gonna go for the verse. So let's take a look at the verse. And once again, bring back the EQ. I'm gonna be soloing the vocals for now, because I want you to notice one particular problem with the sound of this of the vocals. You'll see that there is a build-up on the mid-range that it's quite annoying. Low mids. here we go. Pay attention to it. And I'm gonna also loop this section so we can actually monitor exactly what's going on. Here we go. I'm gonna be using this particular band. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. Look, one of the many things that makes this particular channel strip so good is the fact that it has different EQ shapes. Right now, throughout the performance, I actually switch between the different EQs that this channel strip has to offer, and I ended up liking the black one. Let's see. I'm gonna press play again and pay attention to the differences in between the way that this particular band, the mid-lows, the low mids, is reacting or affecting the sound of vocals. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face. Can you feel it? It's kinda more pristine. It's doing its job. Okay, now let's see how it fares within the mix. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and... Nice. I'm gonna be using the EQ now on the desk or the channel strip to clean up the sound of the vocals, to make it presentable and ready for them to be mixed with the rest of the song. I'm gonna be playing a different EQ layer on to make it shine, and then I will use this guy in mind that the whole point of this EQ is gonna be to get the sound of the vocals ready for it to be mixed later. Okay, so let's begin. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of low end because by cutting this region, we are kind of making it less, how can I put it, less robust. So I'm gonna be working with the low band. Here we go. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies. Excellent, it's working. Now, I'm gonna be applying a little bit of compression, and I'm gonna be using the channel strip again. So, let's take a look. Right now, my routing is the following. I'm using the filter, so the signal is coming through the filter, then the EQ, and then it hits the compressor. I think I'm gonna give it a try to that one, because since my plan for the channel strip is to get the vocal ready for it to be later mixed, I'm gonna be working with the compressor like that, okay? So here we go. Let's see. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies. There it is. It sounds more controlled, and the reason why I decided to use it after the EQ, it's because I want to use the EQ to boost or to hit the compressor a little bit harder. That's why I boosted the low end a little bit more. As you can see, it's very little. The increment in the low end is tiny. I might now apply a little bit of extra high end just to make the sound of the vocal cut through the mix a little bit better. Let's see. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and I like it, but there is a little bit of an extra register, a little bit high register that it's bumped, so I don't like that. Let's push. I'm gonna be using the filter to cut off some of the extra high end. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. Excellent. From here, I'm gonna insert the first plugin in the chain after the channel strip. I'm gonna be adding a deesser. So I'm gonna be using what's the one I like? Spiel dual band. No, it's the Lindell. I've been rocking this bad boy for the last few months now, and I gotta say that it's fantastic. We're gonna be using the detector mode, and I'm gonna solo the sound of vocals, because through the detector we can actually check or monitor exactly what's being attacked and squashed. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. Excellent. Now we control the S's just by just playing around with the range and letting the deesser do its thing. I add a little bit of air, which kind of brings up a little bit of the extra stuff that could be cut in the high end by the result of the de-essing process. Like it. Now, I'm gonna bring in an extra EQ, but I think I'm gonna first apply a second layer of compression. So, dynamics, I'm gonna go for compressors, and I'm gonna be using optical. I'm gonna go for my beloved LA2A. This is a very traditional channel strip. Let's see how it fares with this guy. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies as no one knows, hides the face, lies a snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, indisposed, in the skies. Excellent, right? Very, very cool. I love these LA2As. This is made by Universal Audio. This is a fantastic recreation of the circuit. So the technique is, well, using the way a compressor such as this one behaves. This is an optical compressor, so it's going to be mostly affected by the amount of information or how loud the signal coming in is. So if you are sending something super loud or even increase the gain, the more gain you add to the compressor, the more compression you're going to get out of the device. And it's also dependent on the rhythm and how long the voice or the sound of the voice in this case is coming through. So it's super musical, right? Good. I like what it's doing, and as you can see, we're using 2 layers of compression so far. Now I'm going to insert a little bit of an extra EQ now. We could use the Mag EQ because that guy is fantastic on vocals. So let's see.
In my eyes, in this post, in the skies, there's no one knows. Hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress.
Love it, but now I can hear a little bit of bump in the mid-range. So let's see. I'm gonna be using the Mag itself to cut that out. So it might be this guy.
In my eyes, in this post, in the skies, there's no one knows. Hides the face, lies the snake, and the sun in my distress. In my eyes, in this post, in the skies, there's no one knows.
Badass, love it. This is excellent, and this basically speaking cut that particularly annoying frequency out of the mix. Good. So now let's do the same, but on the double vocals. So yes, it's gonna be here. It's basically a chorus. So let's create our little region here. Let's see.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like whole sun.
In this case, we gotta be very careful with how we EQ and manipulate the audio coming from the dual vocals or the double vocals. Why? Because both of them are singing the same notes, and the idea is to create a much wider sounding stereo effect, or making the whole thing a little bit creepier sounding, if that makes sense to you. So the way to do it is gonna be, well, we're gonna be mixing and applying the effects, or sorry, the EQs, based on what we already did on the main vocals, because this is just supporting the secondary vocals, okay? So let's do it. I'm gonna be using the channel strips, already visible to you, so here we go. First, we're gonna do the low cut.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like whole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like whole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like whole.
Excellent. As you can see, I simply went a little bit more bananas on my EQ. It sounds like this by its own.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Kinda weird, right? But it makes sense, because by doing this, it's allowing the main vocals to cut through better. Now I'm gonna be applying a compression, and in this case, I think I'm gonna change the routing. I'm gonna go for dynamics first. So we're gonna be hitting the dynamics, the compressor, then the EQ, because I think what the dual vocals is doing right now out of the channel strip is perfect. So I'm gonna be more aggressive on the compression as well.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like whole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like cold sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black cold sun. Won't you come?
There it is. Excellent. So I simply decided to squash the living stuff out of this take, adding a little bit more character. I switched the fast attack mode on the console, and also I used my low band here on the channel strip, but I used it in a bell mode rather than the shelving. That allowed me to pinpoint a particularly annoying frequency in the lows that was being boosted by the combination of both decks. So let's see. I think I could even apply a little more compression. I'm going to increase the ratio.
Black hole sun, won't you come to wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come?
Like it. So let's move over to the next section. In here, I think I'm gonna go for the Black Hole Suns, the kind of shouty section.
Black hole sun, black hole sun.
Yes. Off the bat, it's super boxy. Let's see why.
Black hole sun, black hole sun.
Okay, just by going berserk on the low cut, I already made it sound better. It's because of how much compression we're applying out of the preamp. But it's a good sound. I like what the preamp is doing, the distortion.
Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Black hole sun, black hole sun.
Nice. It's starting to sound close to the record. Basically speaking, what I did, I kept the routing. It's hitting the EQ, then the compressor, and by doing so, I'm boosting the compressor, or I'm pushing the compressor harder by the use of the boosted signal here on the highs. Let me see what happens if we switch the position of the compressor. We're going to be hitting the compressor first.
Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun.
Better? It's starting to sound better. Now, I'm going to leave these vocals for the time being, because the only one that is still missing, it's this guy over here. And it's the harmonies. These are very short, so let's see. Of course, being a harmony, I'm going to cut the living stuff out of the high of those first, and then see how much I can open it to taste.
Won't you come? Wash away the rain, black hole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole. Won't you come? Wash away the rain, black hole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole. Won't you come? Wash away the rain, black hole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Wash away the rain like cold sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come to wash away the rain like cold sun? Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come to wash away the rain like cold sun? Won't you come? Won't you come? Like cold sun, like cold sun.
Okay, starting to get there. Now, final vocal take when it comes to EQ, and it's gonna be the shouting. This guy, I'm gonna be quite liberal in my approach because this is super distorted, even in the record. So let's see. Let's create once again a looping region. Makes sense.
Like cold sun, won't you come? Like cold sun,
Won't you come? Like cold sun.
won't you come? Like cold sun, won't you come? Like cold sun, won't you come?
Perfect. It's done. This is more about grittiness and texture than precision. Good. So we got that out of the way. Now it's time to hit the fun part, which is the effects. And this is where we're gonna be. Well, this is gonna be tough. Here we go.